Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Division II finals match between University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign and I believe this is no UC San Diego. Excuse me. They beat UCLA pretty convincingly, and Illinois beat Duke pretty convincingly. I believe the score was the same yesterday. You can actually check out that match if you want to see it. But yeah, this is the D2 finals, and later today I will be joined by Grandmaster Christian Chirilla, I believe, who will be joining me in 1 hour. But yeah, we have prizes on the line. You can check them out there. This match, they're fighting for the grand prize of $2,500. So right now they're insured $1,250. They're looking to double that in this match with a win today. So yeah, both these teams already having won $1,250. It's a pretty good amount for a chess club in college to help fund with who knows what they need. Maybe some chess sets, maybe some clocks, or maybe they want to send a team to the Pan Ams in January, and this will help fund that. So I'm actually going to be streaming that match as well. If you're interested, that's going to be in January. If you're interested in playing, it's actually going to be in Washington, D.C. area, I believe. So definitely check it out. Here we got Shaq Masteo, the Illinois leader, up against anti-speciesism. I believe this is Kevin. We have all 4 games underway, which you'll love to see. Here we have Sauron, who did really well for the San Diego team yesterday. Vatsal, the board 2 FIDE master. Or no, did I say Sauron? Sauron did really well for Illinois. I think Vatsal also did well for San Diego. Both these teams did really well yesterday to ensure the prize. Here we have both knights are, well, I want to say hanging. This knight is literally hanging. This bishop was opened up temporarily, could have potentially ruined the pawn structure, but after bishop takes, there would have been queen takes. So pawn structure would have stayed intact for white. So that's why we see the knight retreat. This blocks the bishop. Now, white has the bishop pair here, even though black is up 2 pawns. So actually, black looks to be getting the bishop pair back. Probably you want to go here. So now maybe bishop takes might be a thing, but also taking here is fine as well. So yeah, actually looks like Sauron might be going down in this first game, but they aren't the favorite because they're board 3, so they're up against the board 2, a higher seed from San Diego. Okay, so with the queen on f6, yeah, I think taking here was a bit unprovoked. Perhaps worried to lose the d pawn. Actually, after bishop takes, queen takes, you're gonna lose this pawn. So, bishop takes, and now taking here. Now the pawn was no longer pinned to the queen, but here we're gonna have to take with the queen. And after queen takes, pawn takes, we're gonna be left with these isolated pawns. So it's not looking too good for Sauron. And if you take with a pawn, well, you're getting the same negative side effects on your king side pawn structure, but with the queen still on the board, which is a bit tricky. So opting to trade queens here makes a lot of sense. So queen takes, pawn takes, perhaps. Let's check in with Sangdown number 2 versus the captain, the leader of this UC San Diego team, Richard, who has pi in their username, always pretty cool, but they're also a former player of the MIT team. They were undergrad there, and now they're completing grad school at UC San Diego and still playing in the league, which you love to see. So here, Richard looking to do pretty well. They got both bishops fairly active, just developed this recapturing with tempo on the queen. And now perhaps h3 is in the air here for black. Black having extended the king side pawns, going knight h5 first, perhaps looking to get the... Well, first off, I guess queen to g5 was a threat, so the queen is now opened up and covers this. The knight might think about going to f4, but this bishop covers it for now, along with the queen. Yeah, here, two national matches, staying down number 2. Board 4 for Illinois, national master. Both these teams very strong. So this is the finale for Division 2. Illinois, they decided to play early today because they're actually competing in an over-the-board tournament after this tournament. So they got double booked today, match after match. So wishing them good luck in their OTB tournament. Here the knight's just attacking the bishop. That would come with check, so black should definitely defend this. Maybe rook here, but that might drop this pawn. Maybe bishop back, but you don't necessarily want to underdevelop, so maybe king f8's the move. So they go back with bishop f8 instead. The bile menthol up on the clock as well. Board 3 looking to get the upset against the board 2. They're actually higher rated. Back to Shock Masteo, the 2400 against Anti-Speciesism. Looks like the FIDE Master is actually doing really well here. Very active pieces. Bishop pair versus knight pair. Knight hits the bishop. Bishop goes all the way home to f1. Staying away, out of the way of all the pieces. Knight comes back, help control some of the dark squares. Queen shuffling around, looking to provoke some pawn weaknesses. Okay, so what's going on with... Okay, defending here, this is hit twice. Probably h4 at some point, get this knight out of here, and then bring the queen in. So, Shock Masteo, board 1 against the board 4, trying to put up some defense. We saw this happen in yesterday's match between UC San Diego and UCLA. Anti-Speciesism had a great position against UCLA's board 1, and then ultimately in time pressure they crumbled. So we'll see if they can close it out this time against Shock Masteo. Okay, so the queen does come in, but black's king is relatively pretty safe actually, with the knights, the rook, the queen. So the bishop's trying to activate. The knight is here now. This helps open up the queen as well. This prevents any doubling on the g file. Maybe we would take this and go here. No, so just saving the bishop pair. Yeah, I guess if you take the knight, you might weaken the b2 pawn. So this bishop's playing a defensive role. And yeah, I mean, white's rerouting their pieces away from the attack. So bishop back, queen back. Some pressure here, but not really, because if we remove this, our rook is hit. But okay, queen out of the way to push the pawn. So the pawn wants to go to h6. The knight trying to flush the bishop out. So the bishop captures here. Now we're going to see the doubling on the g file. So now probably rook f7. Makes a lot of sense. This also clears the way to double for black on the f file. And there goes this pawn. Now the knight is in the way of the rook, so there's no capture on b2 anymore. So okay, knight here. This queen covers this. This is a bad bishop though. So yeah, bishop opens up. Only 30 seconds for Shock Musteo. The queen is hit. Queen offers a trade. Check, king here, only move. Only good move. So the queen wants to stay on, sensing the king has some weaknesses. Perhaps looking to come this way. The pawn is pushing. This is kind of a weird plan. This black seems to be getting in there. Perhaps queen here. Yeah, the queen's rerouting this way. Okay. So now that controls this square. Hits the queen. Queen attacks the knight. Perhaps knight back. 12 seconds. Oh, we have a result. D-Bile takes down Quill Logic. So first point awarded to San Diego. Ooh. I think black missed an idea here. Queen f2. Queen f2 would have been great. So yeah, queen here. Relying on this square. Ah, but perhaps this is falling. King back to h2. And if you take, we promote. So it looks like they might have to settle for a draw. Might have to settle for the draw. Is there not bishop block there? I don't know. But they take the draw. Okay, we have one game left. Sauron lost. So that's 2 points. But we have a draw, which is actually really good for this San Diego team, because that is their 4th board against their top board. And this is San Diego's top board, who seems to be mating soon. Looks like there's going to be a ladder mate that's inevitable. There it is. So wow, Richard leading the way as well. The San Diego team, 3.5 to 1/2. That is a solid strike in the first round of 4. Illinois is going to have to answer back, and they're going to have to answer back quickly. They're going to have to recuperate here, and they're going to have to hope that their over-the-board tournament is nothing like this Blitz tournament. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how, I mean, I guess it was just unfortunate planning for them, but I'm definitely assuming they're very happy to have made it to the finals here. But after a round like that, especially knowing that they play an OTB tournament like in an hour from now, I don't know. That was rough. I mean, they didn't get swept. Their leader got a draw, but this does not bode well for them. But like I said, they have already guaranteed themselves $1,250 in prizes after yesterday's win over Duke. So obviously winning the finals is the ultimate prize, the ultimate goal. But yeah, they're playing this really tough San Diego team. And that first round, like I said, that was really rough. So they're gonna need an answer. San Diego, they're looking to just smooth right on through. Go just as they did last round. They just keep winning games, and they'll ensure themselves a solid $2,500. So here we have Richard versus Sauron. Richard 1 point away from 2,500. I don't know what his peak rating is, but if he wins another game, he'll get it. All right, I see all 4 games underway now. See, who do I look at? I guess we just stick with Richard's game. How am I awake this early, Atulia? This is the first game. I mean, dude, I woke up at 8:40 or like 8:30 yesterday. So, A King, thank you for the follow. One of our players, a captain of the French team. But yeah, Atulia, I mean, we do commentary on weekends. You should be able to tune in and provide some of this professional commentary. You know, you're an experienced collegiate chess league athlete. You know the ropes of the league. You've played, you've been there. The people want to know your experiences. They want to know your insights to the league. I know UT Austin would love to have a former player giving in-house commentary. Good to see you, A King. Good luck in your match today. So I posted the schedule of today's stream in the Discord. Also, Atulia, no, UT Austin lost to UC Berkeley in the quarterfinals, if I'm not mistaken. But UC Berkeley lost yesterday to U Chicago, who also took down the Mizzou team. So later today, we will see U Chicago versus Warsaw in the Division 1 finals for the grand prize of $5,000. So that's going to be very exciting, and I will be joined by Grandmaster Christian Trilla for commentary. He's actually going to be joining after this match. And yeah, things like that, like how do I not wake up, Atulia? That is the question. With exciting matches today, such as I mean, this is the final day of the season. This is what the entire season has led up to. Is this day right here, this match. I mean, not this one particular. Yes, this is Division 2 finals. This is the second most exciting match of today, and we're starting off bright and early. It's honestly not even that early. For me, like I moved to Mountain Zone, so like this is only 10:20. So, but yeah, like even if I was in Pacific time, it'd be 9:20 should not be that early for me. Although I will admit, when teams tell me they scheduled to play at 8 a.m. Pacific or 7 a.m. Pacific, it's like, fine, I guess. Like, okay, I'll do it. but yeah, this is like 10 a.m. for me, so it's like not that bad at all. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the teams. I'm excited for the players. I'm excited to give the clubs their prize funds. Like, we're giving out $25,000 in prize funding total to chess clubs all across the world. We are improving the quality of these schools' chess clubs through the power of money. It's amazing. And we're rewarding it to the teams that worked hard all season to get here. Seriously though, all these clubs, like all this money, I assure you, it is much needed for these clubs. These clubs are severely underfunded. Nobody cares enough about college chess, and we are working hard to save college chess across the world. We're changing the way people view competitive collegiate chess one season at a time. And White's got this beautiful open H file. See, Atulia is a natural commentator. He tunes into his stream. Probably wasn't expecting to be here very long. Like, I don't know what his Sunday plans are. He's probably, going to church, as a good Texan. I don't know. And he's just providing free commentary in the chat. Like, we're not even paying the guy. He just shows up, and next thing you know, he tells you his immediate thoughts on the position, and that's why we need him in the commentary booth. No plans for a couple hours. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of guy we need to give someone with no plans. The perfect candidate. Listen, Atulia, we got matches on until like 3 p.m. Pacific. I'm sure you're busy later, but I do need to find a co-commentator still for the Pan Ams in January. You can't join us today. We've already got the spot booked with Grandmaster Christian Trilla. As much as I love Atulia, I think Christian Trilla, he's definitely been here before. He's kind of known for his commentary. He's a pretty well-known coach of the Collegiate Chess League, one of the all-star teams in Mizzou. But also, he's got quite the commentary resume. He was just doing commentary for the U.S. Chess Championship alongside Yasser Seirawan and Maurice Ashley. And now he's going to add on to that resume again by streaming with me today. So put my name right up there with the greats. Trilla's actually good. Come on, Atulia, don't sell yourself short. I know you have a talent for chess commentary, and I will not let you undermine yourself. Okay, what is up with... Okay, I guess... Okay, knight here with the forky. Now the queen's hit, so we've traded. The E file is completely open. Queen underdevelops back to D1. Got to defend this guy, I guess, but you don't want to go here, I suppose. Hold on, Sangdao's down to 3 seconds. Looks like white has mate in 2. Bishop block, pre-move that, and that is GG. So, the FIDE Master from UC San Diego getting yet again another point. Adding on to this crushing, commanding lead for UC San Diego. When is NIU playing Baylor? They should be playing right now, but don't quote me on that. I believe they're playing concurrently, and I believe that because I think I asked them if they wish to play earlier so that I could stream it, but unfortunately, they just didn't want to. So I don't blame them. We have to cover the Division 2 match over their match. I believe that is Division 7. Don't quote me on that either. I could be completely wrong. Sarn's only got 10 seconds. The queen's hit. Queen might be hit again, but also might take this G-pawn. There it goes. The queen's hit. Queen has 1 safe square to go. Queen e2, they find it. So now the rook is hit. The knight covers this square, so you can't defend it with the other rook. So the rook comes back. Pressure on the knight. It's defended twice. King steps off the g file. Want this bishop to be active. Division 6 was almost perfect. My bracket, I haven't looked at it. I've neglected it. I've dropped it off at school and I left it there. All 10 of them. Okay, the Queen's hit. I'm pretty sure they've all gone to dust, to put it nicely. Basically, I put UCLA in any division they were still left. I put them all the way. And none of the UCLA teams are playing in the finals today, unfortunately. We do have UCLA versus Duke in D2, third place match, which is exciting. Knight here's a fork, by the way. If you wanted to, if Richard can find it in the next minute. Oh, looks like they did. So looks like okay, Knight's pinned. I see that, but we have Knight H7 check, winning this guy. So at least getting an exchange. King takes. There's rook takes here. There's also double the rooks, if you so choose. But yeah, taking on D6, pretty solid. Quill Logic gets a win against the bottom board. So that is Illinois' first full point against the fourth board. So they're on the board. We got a flag here from the top board of San Diego, taking down Sauron again. So Sauron yesterday really took it to the Duke team, and looks like San Diego banding together to form a fellowship so far, taking down Sauron twice now. So let's see this. This is a very interesting game. White's the heavy favorite here. In fact, you can even probably sacrifice here and get these pawns rolling. Now, if you push here, black can give up a piece for both of these pawns. Maybe it's a draw. I don't know, but this guy's hanging, so that's not good for black. Only 11 seconds as well. That comes with Chekaruski. King here, fork. Very interesting. Perhaps C7 now, threatening to capture in queen. So now taking with the knight. Oh, no, there's knight here. Okay, but this is completely winning for white. So Shaq Masteo wins by resignation. So another point for the Illinois team. And after 2 rounds, let's see, did I miss a point? Did I give Richard? Yes. Quill Logic? Yes. Them, yes. Them. Oh, yeah, no, that's 8 points. So yeah, after 2 rounds, San Diego's still up by 3 from the first round. So they split that second round, tied to it 2-2. So now we're going to the second half of the match. Looks like black is taking the center here. Quill Logic playing a little passively. All right. All 4 games of round 3 are underway. So there's still time for a comeback. It's only round 3, halfway of the match. Illinois able to get 2 points out of 4 in that last round, tying it even. Their top 2 boards with a win. Weren't able to do so in the first round for some reason. But now we have the board 1s versus 2s and the board 3s versus 4s. This is an interesting match between Sauron and anti-speciesism. So neither player having getting a win just yet. Anti-speciesism Kevin was able to get a draw against the top board, Shaq Masteo. Here we have Kevin again with the open H file. Always targeting H7. But black is defending it with a knight. So if the knight moves, that's going to hurt. So rook here opposite the king, help preventing E4. E4 would threaten E5, kicking the knight. And if pawn takes, knight takes, looking for a trade there. But yeah, rook preventing this. So white perhaps going to castle queenside. I mean, they could still castle kingside if they wish. There's also knight e5 ideas. G4. G4 is another solid idea. Definitely. All the ideas revolve around removing the knights, the defender of H7. So anything that can do that is a good plan for white. Let's check in with the top board from Illinois. They're going to have to lead the team here. They're playing against the board 3 from San Diego. Or not the board 3, the board 2. Okay, so my first thought is to just capture the bishop. Knight takes, queen takes. White says, let's leave some material on. Let's attack this piece. Do they keep playing if one team gets 8.5 points? 8.5 points is all you need for the win. So after 8.5 points, I mean, yeah, if you get to 8.5 in round 3, you will continue. You'll finish the match. You'll play round 4 still. So yes. I mean, technically, the team that has 8.5 points, they could just leave right then and there and still win. But like, that's kind of bad manners, I guess. I mean, there's nothing forcing them to finish it out, I guess, if that's what you're asking. So like, they can leave. If you have plans and you're like, I gotta go soon, then yeah, I mean, as soon as your team let's say your team's at 7.5 points and you got 1 round left, you're like, one of my teammates, they'll probably win. You could leave. Like, there's nothing forcing you to stay. Okay, looks like Shock Masteo's doing fairly well. They got this connected pass pawn looking pretty on D6, supported by the rook on D1. Soon to be supported by fellow pawn brethren on E5. So it looks like black opting for a queen trade. And here we have E5 on the board. So now the king's going to come in. Yeah, basically trading queens. I guess black is just like, you know what? That's fine. You can just outplay me in this rook and pawn endgame. That's totally fine with me. I don't mind it. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, let's check in with Sauron again. How's Kevin doing? Kevin still aimed at the H7 pawn. They did castle queenside, getting out of the center. Both knights here for Sauron. I should call Sauron by their actual name, Rishi. I love Lord of the Rings, though. So, appreciate the Lord of the Rings reference. I try to intertwine some references here and there for myself. But yeah, maybe white should just double up on the H-file. I mean, if one rook here is good, 2 rooks here, that's got to be at least, double good. Now that was a 1984 reference. See, look, double plus good right here. I don't let my literature references fool you guys. I don't read books. I'm not that smart. I haven't read a book since middle school. That's not true, but you get the point. Okay, so queen here. That is known as checkmate in the chess game, with the queen defended by a rook right up next to the king like this. So this knight is blocking the queen. The queen would love to go through the knight if possible. So because the queen doesn't have this ability, the pawn is kicking the knight out of the way. So if the knight had moved, checkmate would have followed. I mean, you could have gone here, but then pawn takes, removing that, but also attacking the bishop. So the knight was pinned. Rook to d1, defending. And yeah, Richard, I mean, I guess, what, did they sacrifice a piece to do this? Okay, they were down a pawn. No, they were just down like 3 pawns. So it's 3 pawns versus a piece right now. This is a beautiful pawn. Defended by the bishop. H4 attacking the knight. There's knight f3 check. You could go backwards, but I don't know if you want to do that. Yeah, there's bishop d5 lines. If we trade here after pawn takes, that's going to be annoying to deal with. It mattered in group stage for the match points, but not in knockout. I agree with that. Yo-yo. You're right. So we do have this capture. Now, do we take on f3? And if we don't, how do we deal with this pawn? So ignoring the pawn for now, but kicking the knight out. Perhaps the plan is to play h6 followed by h7 checkmate. So probably knight e5 is needed, and that actually disrupts the bishop's defense of the pawn. And here we have king h7, just preventing any h7 ideas in general. Knight also defends this, and if we take that, again, checkmate. So don't want to blunder that. Also, knight here potentially could threaten to take the bishop, and after pawn takes, there's discoveries of this rook. And if we try to defend the bishop with another pawn, then we will drop this pawn. So this rook actually lifts, perhaps in anticipation of the bishop coming to b3. But we do not have knight c6. We instead have queen takes on a3. And quill logic very low on time. Meanwhile, Richard chilling with over 2 minutes on the clock. Feeling very comfy. Is this a free knight? That is a question that many people have asked, but we have queen c1 ideas. So simply castling, this actually drops this pawn. But I don't know if black dare take it. Sometimes you want to leave the pawns on the board. Although they're not the same color as your pieces, they do offer protection. White should castle here. Well, there it is. Atulia with the hot shot. Calling it. The e5 is hanging. E5 is hanging. Yeah, I mean, it's black's turn, so that black can defend this. Perhaps bishop h3. Opening up the rook. Although, I have no idea. The queen comes back. White, in time pressure, doubles up the rooks immediately. The threat is to simply take the knights after queen takes. The rook will then be hanging. So, yeah, don't necessarily want the queen and rooks to be lined up like that, do we? All right, so the queen goes all the way back, but it's the same deal. Or maybe not. Well, there goes this pawn. There goes this pawn. And then this pawn soon to follow. Probably black is better. You get both these pawns, right? Sauron beat Kevin. So Kevin didn't have the fellowship needed, I suppose. Ooh, down to the last second. Also down a piece. Yeah, black is crushing. Pie Master Antoine cheering on the Illinois team. Illinois is in a rough spot, I'm not going to lie. Although they're only down 2 points, but I think it's going to be getting worse. Queen block, queen takes. I don't know, that pawn looks good to me, but pressure. Trade. Check. That's gonna force the trade here, right? So now the bishop should be able to win this. Yeah, no, they're pre-moving. And that's a queen to be. So Richard with the point. So we gave Sarin his point, but Richard answers back. And we have DeBile as well with their second point. So San Diego 1 point away from clinching the Division II championship, winning the title and winning a cool $2,500. So Illinois is going to have to win out from here on out. And let's see, how is this game going? This looks like a dead draw. A draw would put San Diego at 8 points. They would just need a draw after that. Yeah, trading pawns, dead drawn. All right, so another draw for Jacques Masteo. And Vatsal here. 2.5. So 8-4. San Diego has double the Illinois score. And yeah, Illinois, they need a sweep of the 4th round to call it a tie. And then we'll go to overtime. But the odds of this sweep are unfortunately low for the Illinois team. So we got 1 round left. All San Diego needs is a draw on any of the 4 games. Can Illinois pull off a miracle here with a sweep? So looks like just a normal, you know, the old C4, D takes C4, Queen's Gambit accepted. The computer's saying this is the Slav defense, modern Alapin variation, Steiner variation with 695. Very interesting. So black follows up with knight d7. Now, can we take that bishop? Yes, we can. There it is. And now the knight's hanging. Is this a thing? Queen takes, pawn takes d4. The speed and confidence in which DeBile Minthal is playing leads me to believe that they're not just making this up on the spot. But I could be very wrong. Bishop d2, counterpunch, queen hitting the b2 pawn. Bishop takes c4 looks like a move. Because, okay, queen takes b2, your rook is hanging. I get it. But you have bishop takes f7 check. If king takes, you have queen takes d7 check. Am I right? Look at that. That's, I don't know. What's up, Chess Jawa? Good to see you. I'm gonna be watching your game after this. So we're just gonna watch your games specifically. And not only that, I'll be joined by Grandmaster Christian Trilla. So yeah. Yeah, we're gonna just watch your games. We're gonna be I was gonna say silently judging you, but no, we're gonna be publicly judging you. We're gonna be sharing our thoughts with the world. And I believe on Twitch front page nonetheless. So don't let any of the pressure get to you. You'll be doing just fine. 0-4 against the 1800s. Don't even worry about it. What a crazy... Dude, I've never seen this before, house party. Is this a thing? I mean, the computer is literally saying triple zeros across the sky. But the Biomenthal perhaps has had experience here. I mean, I would assume they're at 5:06 on the clock. Sauron has half the time remaining just to figure out if they can even like survive queen takes b2. So they find bishop takes c4. This is definitely the best move. And now black really has to just take on b2. Like, if they don't, Sauron's up, a piece, right? And they're going to play b3 next, or they're going to castle next. Like, I don't know. Okay, knight here with the fork, I suppose. But still, I like... I don't know, bishop takes. Okay, so the queen comes back. But now queen takes b2, and now the rook's hanging, right? Yeah. I don't know what to say. I think Debile is gonna win this one now. Arseny Kryazev. What opening is this? Check this out. So we had like a queen's gambit accepted, I guess. So knight here, takes, e4, e5, double exclam. I don't know if it's a brilliant move or not, but I'm giving it that. So now, boom, pawn takes, knight's gotta go. Queen, check. Bishop block, queen here now, attacking the undefended b-pawn. Bishop takes c4, queen takes, bishop takes, king takes, queen takes. So knight here, and again, bishop takes, knight takes, queen e6, bishop e7. I don't know. Like, give the piece back is what I'm trying to say, right? But then you get the active queen, and you're just much better ahead in development. Instead, queen e2 defensive, allowing queen takes b2. And now what you doing about this guy? Castles. There goes the rook. There's this thingy here. Okay, so tempo on the queen. That is a pawn. It's staring at the queen. So the queen didn't like how it looked at it, funny, and took it. So black is up quite a bit of material. According to my math, it is 3 pawns and an exchange. So yeah, black has 4 connected pass pawns on the queen side. And when I say queen side, I mean the entire queen side of the board. Nothing but pass pawns for black. However, white does have the 4-on-3 majority. Very, very promising majority here. Very common theme to be promoting, from the 4-on-3. But yeah, the 4-on-0. that's pretty good. This game is just over. UCSD only needs a draw. That's right. So it looks like the home prep is paying off. But at least Sauron will have learned some amount of theory in this game, I suppose. Yeah, knight f3, queen f3. But the queens are staring at each other through the knight. This knight's feeling awfully uncomfortable right now. Knight here doesn't work because knight takes defends the queen. So we got the H pawn attack. 27 seconds to 3 minutes. Check this out, though. Check this out. Queen G5. All right. Step 1. Step 2, H5. You see where I'm going with this? After H5, you guessed it. Boom. H6, checkmate. Look, and now it even comes with tempo. If this rook and this queen were to stop defending this rook. Okay, so first, king H1. This is just a preparation move. Okay, free knight. Just kidding. Don't take it. It's bait. Don't get jebaited. Oh, look at everything's hanging. Oh my goodness. Okay, so takes. Gotta move the bishop. Okay, hit the rook. Black could take here. If takes. So the rook moves. Bishop saves itself. Let's look at Sang Dao versus Kevin. So does anyone know the story of Vincent Doe? Why he is Sang Dao number 2? Because there is there is another Sang Dao in the collegiate. That's a fork right there. So looks like Sang Dao is doing well. There's a resignation. Getting their first point of the day against the board 4 from San Diego. How's this game doing? How's Richard doing? Shock Masteo looks like they're winning. Unfortunately for Illinois, Sauron is just they're getting the ring handed to them. The ring is on the doorstep of the volcano. B5 is coming. These 4 pawns, although short, they're mighty powerful in numbers, just like the hobbits. The hobbits are coming for Sauron. Zildjian, thank you guys for the follow. Thank you for putting up with my Lord of the Rings commentary. If rook here attacking the knight here would be a fork. Check. Attack the knight. There's always chance for back rank mate. This game is not over yet. He went to the same school as the other Sang Dao. They're friends. Lasco Design, appreciate it. I appreciate you giving us the lore. I assumed they were like high school friends. I assumed. Okay, there goes one of the pawns, but now the pieces are hanging. If like rook here, right? Am I right or am I wrong? If rook here, I suppose here. But if rook here, I guess there's back rank mate, so you can go like here or something. Maybe rook e6. Well, rook e6, there's... Yeah. There's only 3 other pawns. Yeah, well, I mean... 3 is better than 4. 1 second. Okay. Attack this guy. Ooh. Found... It was no time. Oh! Debile. Oh my god, wait. Richard actually beat Shock Masteo. So it doesn't even matter. What happened, dude? I thought Shock Masteo was like doing well. But I guess not. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Oh. I'm disgusted right now. Richard would do such a thing to Shock Masteo as hang the h4 pawn. Filthy. Okay. So actually, everyone from San Diego won except for Kevin, but I'm sure they're okay with that, as they have now just clinched the Division Two finals, the champions, UC San Diego. Congratulations, clinching $2,500. Really solid performance these last 2 days. I believe they won against UCLA 11 and a half yesterday, and now 11 against the semifinalists, Illinois. So congrats though, still to Illinois, who clinched $1,250, and I'm sure they're happy with that. And good luck to them in their tournament today.